Taking a look at today's interest rate markets, let's look at the 2-year note futures as they're trading slightly lower today. 2-year note futures holding a tight range on the day, but when we look at the price action over the last 4 sessions, we're seeing selling pressure 3 out of the last 4 sessions, highlighted by heavy selling late last week. So we're trading at the low end of the range here as we drift back down towards that lower end of the range in today's price action. Currently priced at 103.16.5 in the futures market. So slightly lower on the day. Driving factors today, I think there's a couple things here influencing the market. Number one, trade negotiations continue to unfold, and that's having an impact as far as how the Fed might interpret that moving forward, as well as economic activity. So you're seeing some intraday volatility based on that, and I think that that's keeping a lid on price action to some degree today. Couple that with the expectation and anticipation of the CPI and PPI in the next 2 days. So again, the markets are focused on the potential impact of those inflation data points as we continue to see the short end of the curve holding near the low end of the range here for the year. Now looking at today's yields, the yield is basically unchanged. It's up maybe half a basis point, right at the 400 basis point level or slightly higher. So we are experiencing the 2-year holding that 400 basis point level here today. Now, when you look at the yield curve as a whole, slightly low on the back end, so a little bit of buying pressure on the back end, moving those yields down about 1 to 1.5 basis points. So really the curve hasn't moved too much today, maybe a little flatter. And as I mentioned, back end of the curve, seeing yields moving slightly lower and prices higher. But once again, the market is very focused on the data points coming out over the next couple of sessions, as again, that will probably feed into the Fed narrative, as well as the potential impact of trade negotiations. So short on the curve, experiencing a little selling pressure. 2-year notes holding that 400 basis points for a second session.